Hello. I'm back on YouTube in an attempt to try and feel human again. And I realize that's a really, really ironic statement because social media definitely isn't the first thing you think of when you think of trying to feel human again. But hear me out throughout this video. And then also, for full transparency, I'm voicing over the gameplay this time around since I do want to actually play a Minecraft world. And I will talk a bit more about the Minecraft world that I'm playing throughout this video because I think it kind of relates to why I wanted to pick up the mic again and what I wanted to talk about, because I've definitely been thinking about some things over the past year and I wanted to share them because I think the world that we live in right now is quite different from just a year ago, believe it or not. So one thing that's kind of been on my mind lately is about how I feel like life is getting increasingly algorithmic. And what I mean by that, I guess going off of the definition of what an algorithm is, an algorithm is basically like a set of steps used to achieve a desired outcome. And usually when you think of an algorithm, you think of something that's very repetitive, very monotonous. It's easily replicated. You can do it over and over again and expect consistent results. And I think that life has, at least for me, has increasingly become more like that. You know, as a person that works, as a working man, most of my days are pretty much the same. Like I wake up, I go to work, I eat lunch, I eat dinner, I sleep, and then I rinse and repeat 5 days a week. And then that week repeats 4 weeks a month, and then it keeps on going. And that's pretty much been my life for the past, I think coming up on 3 years now since I graduated university. And of course, there are things and times that, break that cycle, right? Like you take a vacation, you have weekends, obviously, other spontaneous things happen in your life that keep things interesting. But I think overall, like life is very, very repetitive. And I think as we go through something that is very algorithmic, and this actually kind of relates to my work as well, which I'll talk about in a bit. But I think as you keep doing something that's algorithmic, I think you try and find ways to optimize it increasingly more and more because, so here's how it relates to my work. So I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but I am a software engineer by profession. So algorithms are a big part of what I do in my day-to-day job. Algorithms are essentially the foundation of computer science and all the software that we use. And part of what you're doing as a software engineer is you're trying to find ways to optimize the algorithms that you're designing. So you're finding ways to make your algorithms use less resources, run faster, and it's all basically in the name of making better software that's more enjoyable to use. And that makes a lot of sense. And I think when life starts becoming too algorithmic, I think you sort of start doing the same thing where you're trying to optimize it and increase your efficiency and whatnot. And while I think it's a good thing, and in some cases even a necessary thing to do that, I think at times you just need to kind of take a step back and really intentionally reset your mind and get out of that optimization mindset. And like I was saying, for some things, I think optimization is good, right? Like things I've talked about before, like, going to the gym, for example, like optimizing your training, optimizing your nutrition to get the most out of your workouts. Like that makes a lot of sense. And I think it's a good thing to optimize that. I'm thinking like your work. Your work is a thing that you are trying to optimize as well. You're trying to get stuff done at your work so that you can, maybe you're striving for a promotion, or maybe if you have your own company, maybe you're trying to drive some sort of outcome or result with your own company. So these are all cases where I think optimization makes a lot of sense. And these are cases where I think you should be trying to optimize those situations. But I think that you shouldn't let that carry over into the personal time that you're trying to spend outside of optimizing your work, your workouts, whatever. And I think there's a clear boundary that you need to draw when it comes to things that you shouldn't optimize. So one example that I think was a main factor for coming back and just like playing Minecraft and talking into the mic again. I was talking with my friend at work one day, and we were talking about how to make the game being Minecraft, feel more fun again. And for context, I think Minecraft is easily my most played game ever. I think since I first got the game, I've easily put in probably like 10, 15,000 hours into this game since, over the course of my childhood and of course into my adulthood as well. And when you put that many hours into something, again, you start falling into the mindset of trying to optimize said thing. So like, I don't know how many times I've killed the Ender Dragon at this point already. I don't know how many times I've played through the game. I don't know how many, 2-week Minecraft phases I've had over all the years that I've been playing Minecraft. But I can say for certain that in my head, there is a right way to play the game. You're supposed to get a really good start in your world and then go to the nether and then go to the end, kill the dragon, get your elytra, max out your gear. And you're kind of like, at least in my head, I'm thinking like I need to do these things sequentially every time. Otherwise, I didn't play this game correctly. And I think there's a big mindset shift that needs to happen there to get out of that sort of train of thought, because I think it's just not conducive to like actually having a good time playing the game. Because anytime I try to play the game slightly differently, I kind of default back to this behavior of like, okay, why am I not doing this? Why am I not working towards the dragon? Why am I going so slow? And I think that's what really caused me to sort of burn out from the game and really like not be able to just sit down and enjoy the game again. Because I think of when I first started playing, like the game was completely new to me. Everything was entirely novel. Like I didn't have this concept of like how to play the game. And that's when I think that was the point where the game felt the most fresh to me. And like I was gonna say earlier in the video, the reason why I started playing this world was because I want to just play Minecraft in a different way than I've been playing for who knows how long at this point. And I wanted to just reset my mind and kind of destroy the conceptions I have about how the game should be played. And I think that overall, just kind of in my life too, I think I'm finding even more importance in trying to do a similar thing of resetting my brain and really valuing the free time that I have. Because again, like I've been saying, I think the world is getting increasingly algorithmic and people are trying to, optimize everything that they do. And I think that pressure ends up falling on you as well, even if you're not, directly engaging with that sort of stuff. One thing that I think has gotten very, very popular, much more popular than it was last year around this time, is the rise of AI. And full disclosure, like this video is not going to be like, I don't want this video to turn into like an AI video. I think you hear about AI enough. I don't want to be another voice talking about AI, but I did want to mention it because I think it's very, very relevant to the things that I've been feeling. So as a software engineer, like we're using AI constantly. Like we use AI tools at work. AI helps us write code. We're using AI for, I don't know, like summarizing notes and stuff like that. Like it's everywhere, frankly, in my daily life. And I do use it outside of work too. And I think there are some really, really good advantages to using AI. I think AI has a lot of really positive impact on the work that we do. But I think that on the flip side, AI is also really destroying a lot of things that used to feel creative, right? Like there's a lot of AI generated videos nowadays, AI generated images, AI generated writing, right? I guess the popular word now is slop to describe it all. And it's becoming harder to avoid at this point, so it's something that you just kind of have to live with now, knowing that this stuff exists and is out there. But like it almost feels like people are trying to optimize these things that were once supposed to be creative works, right? Like you can't tell someone that there's an optimal way to make art, or like an optimal way to draw a picture, or an optimal way to make music. Like that's just not a thing. Like art and music and writing, like it's inherently creative work, and there's no real right way to actually do it. And I think that I don't know, I don't want to say we collectively, but I think that there's definitely this shift towards removing the creativity from those things. And I think AI is definitely partially responsible for that. And there's increasingly more just like lower effort stuff getting put out, in my opinion. And it's kind of funny because I talk about low effort content, and I don't think my content is particularly high effort. My videos aren't really edited. It's kind of just me talking over some Minecraft gameplay. Like if you're looking for like really high effort peak cinematography, definitely don't watch my videos. But I do think at least like I am trying to put a bit more of a human aspect in my videos. Like I personally enjoy just like talking with people and like hearing other people talk. Like I feel like that really just kind of like grounds me, and I think it's like a great way to just unwind. Like I think human interaction is very, very important, of course, especially in today's day and age. And I think where I'm kind of going with all this, before I ramble too much, I feel like I'm just desiring more real stuff, more stuff that feels human. And I just want to really, I don't know, I just want to like get away from the sort of like really churny stuff, like I don't know, I think there's just a lot of content that is like very focused on like getting views, like feeding into the algorithms and all that. Like I just want content to just be content, like I wish that people didn't have to produce content solely for the purpose of getting views. And I fully get it. Like I think there's a little bit of irony in this. I think there's a little bit of hypocrisy. Like I definitely would be happy if my content got a lot of views, but I also I'm also like very, very consciously trying to not fall into that trap of like, oh, I have to get views on this video, otherwise it wasn't a good video. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I am just making these videos without any sort of intention of like becoming a huge YouTube star. Like I'm kind of just doing this to like share my thoughts, and I think that people, at least some people, have gotten value out of it, and I think that's a really good thing, and that's the main thing that keeps me going. Again, kind of ironic because I ended up quitting YouTube for some time and like now coming back. But I do think that there's a lot of value in just like talking into a mic and like talking with people right now, which is why I wanted to just sit down and do this again. So I guess over the past year, in terms of things that I've been doing, that I've been up to, so obviously like I'm sitting here making videos again, which I quite frankly didn't think I would be doing. but I suddenly, I don't know, I just got like a hit of inspiration, I suppose, and just something that I wanted to try doing again. Hopefully, I'll be a bit more consistent with it. And then, like we talked about Minecraft already, like I'm trying to just sit down and play this world. Like, I just want to play this world in a way that's like, I don't know, just feels a bit more nostalgic. Like in the video here, like I made a treehouse, and I think a treehouse was something that I probably wouldn't have made before, because I would be like, oh, like it's not efficient if I have to keep climbing up vines to get into my house or whatever. Um, but like I don't know, like a treehouse is cool. I remember like when I first started playing Minecraft, like the first thing I thought of was like getting a like bone mealing a 2x2 jungle tree and making a treehouse. So like I don't necessarily care about making a house that feels optimal at this point. And then I don't know, other things I think of right now are like, you know, elytra. Like I feel like you getting like elytra and flying around is like obviously the easiest and most efficient way to transport yourself, excuse me, across your world. But I think there's also like a lack, or at least for me, there's been a severe lack of using things like minecarts and horses to transport myself. Like I don't know the last time I like seriously rode on a minecart to get from point A to point B. But like that was an idea that I had, was like making a like a minecart network throughout the world or something. I think that'd be really cool. Or like making like proper paths for my horses. So like one of the ideas I had for this world is just like I'm not going to use elytra, and then we'll see how that actually pans out and if I can stick to it, because I do think that elytra is going to be really useful. But anyways, I digress. I don't want to talk too much about the world, because it is just background footage. But I've been doing a lot of other stuff. Like if you look back at my older videos, like I talked about like going outside, going to the gym, and like getting off social media, which I think are all things that I've been pretty faithful to. So I'm happy about that. Like the other day, like at work, it was just a really beautiful day outside, and I just had the desire to just go outside and like lay on the grass and just not do anything for a little bit. Don't tell my boss about that, but you know, I just wanted to like lie down on the grass and just chill for a bit, and I just did that, and it felt great. So, and I realized like, you know, not everyone has beautiful days outside and like green grass to lie down on, but like I would encourage you all just to like find the opportunity to do that sort of stuff and just get outside and I don't know, just look up at a big tree or something. I don't know, it's just very like peaceful. I think it's just a good experience to have, and just helps you detach from all the screens. You know, if you're like a student or if you're working, like I'm sure you're probably not getting as much sunlight as you should be, as am I. So yeah, I would encourage you to do that. And then been like traveling a lot too. And again, like I feel I'm definitely very privileged to have all the opportunities that I do for traveling. Last winter I went to Japan, which was really, really awesome. I recently got back from the UK, where I was doing some hiking in Scotland, so that was really cool. So like if you do have the opportunity to travel, highly recommend it. I think it's really, really fun. Also, this last trip to the UK was like my first proper solo travel trip, I feel like. So that was really cool. I think it's just a very different experience than going out with a group of friends. So I would also highly recommend that you do that. But yeah, I don't know. This video is kind of just turning into like a ramble session. So hopefully my future videos will be a bit more structured like they were before. But I just kind of wanted to make this video and just give like I don't know, it's like half life update, half philosophical, pseudo intellectual rant. But yeah, it's good to be back, and looking forward to making more videos. I think it's going to be pretty fun. Yeah, it's good to be back. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.